4, 3, 2, 1. Hey guys! Welcome to another episode of SCU and Saki. My name is Saki, your favorite Mew Mew, and today we have Steven, or also known as SCU. Say hi.
Yes, welcome to the SCU and Saki show. Oh gosh, now I said it. Now I said SCU and Saki show.
Yeah,
It's not the SCU and Saki show, ladies and gentlemen. It is SCU and Saki. And I'm SCU.
And we have our Squiddy, our producer. Say hi, Squids.
I will smack anybody who discourages Publix fried chicken in my presence.
Every freaking time you say something that I can't even. I just.
What? It's delicious, and I happen to be finishing up some as we were doing our countdown.
Just wonderful. So today's episode is a very interesting episode. We have the NBA draft that we're going to talk about. We're actually going to also talk about the recent occurrences of Brexit, also known as Britain leaving the European Union. We're also going to talk about the Russian team being banned from the Olympics, the Russians track and field team. And we're also going to talk about the new Benghazi report that just came out. 800 pages long. Yeah!
Yeah, I'm going to need a long time sitting on the throne if I'm supposed to get through all that.
You know that I actually read at 90 words per minute.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah. I was tested this way back in middle school. I may have increased a little bit more, though. From then. But anyways, so while we are discussing, debating, arguing, whatever you may call it, I am going to be drawing something very special. I'm going to be drawing myself and my Pokemon team. Now, before we begin, just so you guys know that I do have a Patreon account, and if you guys want to request a drawing or just want to donate, go ahead and we'll have the link up for you guys to donate. Any amount gets you a request. And if you do a donation, you get to be part of the live stream at the end of the month. So definitely keep up with that. So I kind of want to give the old man his turn, like his spotlight. So we're going to start off with the NBA draft. Go ahead.
Oh god, threw him right in the fire. There's one thing I can take away from this. It's that I'm disappointed in the Minnesota Timberwolves. No, I know. Everyone listening, you want to listen. You want to hear me talk about, Ben Simmons went to the 76ers. Look, Philadelphia is one of the most depressing sports towns in America. The Sixers, the Phillies, the Eagles, the Flyers. I don't know much about the Flyers, but I'm pretty sure they're damn depressing themselves. I'm not talking about
they've had a half-decent couple of seasons, but still, the people threw snowballs at Santa Claus. That's all you need to know. Please continue.
Yes, there you go. I'm not talking about Ben Simmons. He's going to be a bust. Let's just leave it at that. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they're building something here very special. They had oh, God. Buddy Hield from Oklahoma. He's the best player in the draft, in my opinion. Right in front of them. There's the pick. I think it's the 6th pick they have. And I was telling you, they were going to take him. And they skip out on him. And I'm just like, facepalm, head disc, why would you do that? If you're the Minnesota Timberwolves. Your team is great. Make it greater.
Hashtag make Minnesota Wolves great again.
Yes, we're gonna make that a hashtag.
That's going to be a very long hashtag.
make the Minnesota Timberwolves great again. And they skip. I'm just so disappointed. They skip up on Buddy Hield from Oklahoma. He wound up going to the New Orleans Pelicans, and that's so disappointing to me. I'm so upset that they skipped on Buddy Hield. I just can't believe it.
I have to ask, because I was trying to figure this out, because I was expecting a 2-hour draft like it usually is, and for this year somehow it turned out to be 5 hours, and I kind of had other stuff to do. Who picked up Dragan Bender?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I was working during the draft or something. I don't... Sean, do you pay attention to basketball at all?
Mm-hmm.
BTW Sean is from the W2M network that's actually hosting us on Spreaker.
You guys
So-
gotta give me a warning, because I got it on like double mute, so I have to like
Sorry
press
about
buttons.
that.
I got you.
Blame SCU for that one.
Yeah.
My bad. I
Yeah,
had no
I
idea.
do. I wasn't paying attention to the draft so much, but I do keep tabs on basketball as much as I can.
Yeah.
As I was trying to figure out who picked up Bender, because I know Buddy Hield is one of the better players. I know Simmons and Ingram, the big hype about them, but when I saw the ESPN Sports Science feature on this guy, plus
So who you
how he
looking
did
for again?
overseas, Dragan Bender, Croatian, played for Maccabi Tel Aviv.
He got drafted by the Phoenix Suns.
Oi, hey.
Yeah, again, another disappointment in the NBA draft, huh, Eric?
Ooh, eesh. That's all I have to say.
Frankly, I'm going to be honest. I, when the season starts, preseason, normal season starts, I like to be surprised there. I just feel like there's too, like, I get that the NBA drafts, and technically all drafts, are looking at the pretty much the best of the best, what fits their teams the best. And I don't know, I always, whenever these drafts come up, I'm just like, yeah, I'll wait until I see how you play when the season comes. And then we'll see if your $3 million contract is worth anything for me.
Well, you don't even have to wait and see all the way until preseason. Look over at next month of one of my favorite things I like to watch,
Yes.
the Summer League.
Yes, I love the Summer League.
I am hardcore, and especially when Vegas implemented the championship format, I'm like, I am all over this.
Oh, that was amazing. Becky Hammond won. A woman winning a title with the basketball team, it was iconic. It was amazing to watch that.
I was rooting for her, too. I'm like, she's a hell of a player. Let's see how she does. Great as an assistant. Let's see how she does in leading a team. And lo and behold, and I was like, you go get him, girl.
Yeah. So yeah, there you have it. Our expert NBA draft analysis. Buddy Hield should be taken by the Minnesota Timberwolves. He winds up with the New Orleans Pelicans, and it's a big disappointment. And Ben Simmons is a bust because he went to Philadelphia.
Why can't I access my Sylveon?
Remember, he's not necessarily a bust. They've just got a 5-year plan. It's going to take them about 20, but it's a 5-year plan.
I'm sure it was a 5-year plan when they drafted Nerlens Noel, too. The guy tore his ACL probably before the preseason started after he was drafted, and he hasn't been the same since.
Touché.
So, I had high hopes for Nerlens Noel, too. They went to Philadelphia. Yeah, sorry, Ben Simmons. You want to be successful, go somewhere that's not Philadelphia or Detroit or Cleveland, even Cleveland.
First, hey, we won a championship, and Detroit made the playoffs too. Come on now. Why
can't... What the hell is going on with my Photoshop? Do I have to say yes to every single thing? Oh my god. Technology, bro. Technology. Anyways, so NBA draft. Hooray. Huzzah. Congrats.
We need to bring somebody on next week to talk NBA draft with us. They can know a little more than we know.
Definitely. The NBA draft is the least out of the 4 that I follow.
You follow the NHL draft more than the NBA draft?
Of course. I saw what my Panthers were doing. That's building for the future. Oh, I'm going to love our defense.
Okay. That's a first. I never thought anybody would pay attention to the NHL draft more than the NBA draft.
Oh, there you go. There's your proof right there.
Yeah, there we go.
So I guess that's all for the NBA draft. But I do want to talk about something. I actually first want to come out with a question for you guys. Are you guys surprised about the United States Olympics team for basketball. Are you guys surprised with the players that the United States has chosen to represent us or to represent when we head to the Olympics in Rio?
Not particularly, because you had top guys. Steph Curry, he wants to rest. Kawhi Leonard, he wants to rest. LeBron James doesn't have a thing to prove. So I automatically knew that they were going to be out. I'm not surprised Carmelo Anthony is going because he wants to brag and he wants to continue to get his ridiculous max contract in New York. And aside from that, we actually have a decent team, especially since a couple of the top contenders like Croatia and France are rebuilding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call it now. It's going to be another U.S.-Spain gold medal game.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so?
I mean, who else? Okay, maybe Lithuania can make a run, but that's about it.
Oh, there you go. I must say that I was intrigued by the roster only because I thought we were going to have a little bit of repeats. But then again, as we're looking into the seasons, we're looking back on this season, there was just so many injuries and so many star players that kind of want to rest before they start again in their next season. That when I saw it, I was like, okay, all right, that's fine. I mean,
I have to look at this roster, but I know damn well this team is not winning a gold medal. It's not happening.
why are you so negative?
No
You still
LeBron, no Kobe.
But you still, okay, you really think Kobe was going to drag out there and get another gold medal? Really?
It's possible.
I mean, you got Harrison
One less
Barnes, you got Melo, you got Kyrie Irving. There's some actually good young talent, but a couple of decent bigs, and especially with the rules of international ball, they'll adapt to that easier than they would in the NBA.
I'm looking at this right now. The best player they have is probably DeMarcus Cousins, and even he's not that good. Oh, Klay Thompson. I see Klay Thompson on here.
Okay,
That's it right there. It's
okay, but let me ask you this: how many NBA players does the USA have on their team?
Don't ask me because I'm bad with numbers.
there's 11 players on the roster.
Okay, 11. How many does a team like Spain have? 2 if both of the Gasol brothers are playing. How many does a team like Croatia have? Maybe 1. Lithuania, probably none. Come on. I've seen Eurobasket. I see the NBA. It's completely different. If there's a team... Look, I'd be willing to negotiate terms for another bet, but trust me, the U.S. is going to have an easy time. Will they win the gold medal? I'm not guaranteeing that, but they're going to face Spain in the gold medal game, and whoever wins, wins.
But why are you saying that they're gonna go to the gold medal game?
Because there's hardly any competition.
So you're telling me Carmelo Anthony is going to lead this team to the gold medal game? Come on.
He would be the first American basketball player, or first American male basketball player to win 3 gold medals. Do you really think that that's out of the question?
But who did he win those gold medals with? LeBron, Kobe, actually good players.
Okay, and these people, you automatically perked up when you saw Klay Thompson. He's not good. Kyrie Irving just came off of an NBA championship.
Klay Thompson's not good. The guy scored 37 points in a quarter.
Okay, then. And can you imagine how lethal he'll be because the 3-point line is even shorter? Come on, SCU.
Yeah,
Let's
that's Klay
think this
Thompson. I'm talking Carmelo Anthony here. Carmelo Anthony is a leader of a 20-win Knicks team. He can't lead the Knicks.
I'm not saying he's going to lead the team, but he's going to be on the team. I wouldn't trust him as a leader, but the fact that he's there, he's won. He can win again. He doesn't have to lead this team. Let Kyrie Irving lead this team.
And that's another thing. Kyrie without LeBron is just not that good. I mean, when LeBron was in Miami and Kyrie's leading the Cavs. They lost 27 games in a row.
Okay, but that was his rookie year. Did he not at least take them from nothing to mediocrity before LeBron got there, letting him kind of adjust a little bit?
I sense another bet here. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Hashtag negotiation.
Hashtag Eric the Negotiator. I'm sorry, the commercial came up in mind. Yeah. Yeah.
Look, if I could cut out a window of a hotel room from that high up when I'm 80 years old, I would be happy.
So, Steven says no gold medal for Team USA. Eric says really good chance, just a really tight game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think we should have a poll on our Twitter page if this is what the fans think.
Let's.
I'm on it.
Damn it, why is Mew so hard to draw a cute little smile? Damn it. Alright, so Essie is going to do a poll. Wonderful. And yeah, I really cannot say that the USA won't win a medal, because the thing is, when it comes to like those major sports, like for example basketball, USA does pretty well because that's just the sport that they major in. Like the NBA is such a major sport, and we focus so much on trying to get those good players that I feel that when we go into the Olympics and try to, I guess, show off our powers and abilities and whatnot, that we actually succeed with when it comes to the major sports like basketball. So I say gold medal for Team USA. USA! USA!
And I'm going to drop a bit of a knowledge. Since the Redeem team in Beijing, the United States has won the last 4 major men's tournaments. Beijing in 08, the FIBA World Cup of Basketball in 10, London in 12, and the FIBA World Cup of Basketball again in 14. Throwing that out there. Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So, Eric, I know, speaking of FIFA and soccer, you wanted to talk about the Copa America.
Yes, the second craziest tournament that's going on, the craziest obviously being the Euros because of headline after headline after headline after upset. Everybody is looking at 2 different things. Number 1, Messi loses. Again. In penalties. Again. He skied his penalty over the bar. And the crying Jordan meme suddenly flooded the internet. So then he's standing outside of his bus and he's saying, I'm done. I've had it. I've lost 3 finals in a row. I'm out. Bye-bye. Personally, and I have said this a couple of times, when Messi goes home to Argentina, even though he left to play in Spain for Barcelona when he was about 13, he's always compared to one man, and that is Diego Armando Maradona. Everybody knows about the hand of God. I think I was just about 48 hours old when that happened.
Wow.
Yeah. Trust me, this is a very strange year of 30th anniversaries. I picked a hell of a year to be born. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows his criticisms. He was initially supposed to be on the team in 78 on home soil. His coach thought he wasn't ready for the pressure, repays him 8 years later with the title. Went on to have great success. And when you wear the number 10 of the Albiceleste, that is who you're compared to. And I mentioned 2 things. Number 1, Argentina has not won a major tournament since winning the Copa America in 1993. They have now lost 7 consecutive major finals. Messi himself has lost 4. Number 2, of all of the accolades and all of the great comparisons, not just to Maradona, that Messi has faced in his career, there were two instances. His constant comparison to Ronaldo, who himself has not won a major tournament for Portugal, and with all of the accolades and all the goal scoring and all the records, the headline before the World Cup final in Brazil, Mache y 40 millones más. Messi was not mentioned anywhere. So the fact that you lose in a way like this, again, to Chile, again, and the fact that you've now gone to extra time 3 consecutive years and have come up nothing, I can see why he'd be done. Mm-hmm.
Do you just think that maybe he's just tired of losing and knows that he can't really win with the team that he has? Or do you think that he's just like, the pressure got to him, he's like, I can't do this anymore?
He's been with the team for 10 years. This was the golden generation. This was it. He didn't have that pressure in 2006, and he still had a great run to Germany. But at some point, things have got to happen. Yes, I think it was weighing on him, but he just decided, I've had it. He realizes the comparisons. He knows all of the debates, and he knew the pressure on him because of his success the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years with Barcelona. He's just realizing, I can't go through this again, even though come Russia in 2018, he'd only be 31. He could go another couple of years, but he's had it. Because then that would mean even more pressure to win in Europe, something a South American team hasn't done in decades.
I say that... I actually have a question for you, Eric, because there was a confusion, I remember, in our chats.
Okay.
And that was Barcelona's not considered international soccer. So explain to us what exactly that is supposed to mean, and then I'll tell you what I think.
Okay. When he announces, or when a player announces their retirement from international football, that means they no longer want to be selected for their national team for international tournaments, like Copa America, like the World Cup, friendlies, qualifiers, etc., etc., etc. When you talk about when he plays for Barcelona, or Ronaldo plays for Real Madrid, or your Manchester United, your Chelsea, or even in MLS teams, that's all club football, because those are football clubs. Yes, they're the ones that sign your biggest paychecks, but you do enough for your club, you were selected for your country on an international stage.
Right.
While there are international club tournaments, and even an international club World Cup that decides a world champion, that's still all considered football.
I say that, well, he's a really great player. If he's gone so long without the goal that he has wanted, it is a good idea if he does go back to Barcelona and does just play for the national team instead of international team.
Well, yeah, he would be playing for Barcelona. He would not be playing for Argentina. And if I'm Cristiano Ronaldo, jumping up and down, and I'm double down, so I can do the one thing that he hasn't, win a major international tournament. Is Ronaldo at quarterfinals over in France?
There you go.
My question here is, does Messi get paid to play for Argentina, or is it just because we talked about this in the group chat, that he's paid to play for Barcelona? Does he get paid to play for Argentina too?
Yes, but nowhere near as much. You have the football federations make money by winning in and participating in international tournaments, but what he would make in a year playing for Argentina, he could make in maybe a week playing for Barcelona.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I think financial time. So if I'm Messi, just really the difference on my career or anything. It's just like we put this off air. Messi has now lost 3 straight Copa America. Bills losing 4 straight Super Bowls. Just want to give up.
3
I'm not
straight
saying
Copa
Messi.
America.
I'm not saying Messi. I'm saying it's time to move on.
Yeah, I mean, he had a chance to do it, and he missed his penalty horribly. That's going on his mind, and that people are going to talk about regardless. And at some point, if you have an opportunity, 3 consecutive years, a World Cup on your rival's soil, couldn't do it. You had Copa America, where you had a pretty easy competition, couldn't do it. Then you had another special Copa America on neutral territory in the United States, still couldn't do it. In the end, look at yourself sometimes.
Dun dun dun. Look yourself in the mirror. Look yourself in the mirror. I don't know why I'm singing. I just thought it was really a good idea to do it.
Yeah, and I also purposely don't want to talk about the U.S. getting 4th place because, yes, that's our best showing in a Copa America since 1985. We're getting better, but we really need to see where we're at in our own World Cup qualifier. This is a good showing, and Klinsmann said that the one loss to Colombian place match was a beautiful performance, but I say they overachieve, and how they can't let this get to their heads when the bigger prize is qualifying for their 1998, 02, 06, 10, 6 World Cup. And I say qualifying because if you include USA 94 where we hosted, this would be our 7th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, the only thing the U.S. men's national team proved to me is that they're the same team they've been since started paying attention.
I wouldn't say terrible. It ebbs and flows. We had, even before Klinsmann got there, when we were under Servino, we had our all-time best, and we reached the top 5 in the world rankings. 5th. Haven't been anywhere close since. Now we're back down into the 3rd. It's ebbs. And I'll tell you now, the 2018 World Cup is in Russia. Last 3 times that we have been in a World Cup on European soil, we not won a single match and only played 1 draw. And that was Italy in 06, and that was in part due to an goal. So we're 0-8-1. I wouldn't be surprised if this happens.
Not would I.
So now that we are also talking about like international stuff, I actually kind of want to move to the Russian track and field team was literally banned from the Olympics. Now, Eric or Steven, whoever wants to answer first. I want to say Steven. Talk with you, Steven, first. Are you surprised that they did that? That the Olympics and the whole thing? Even are you like you surprised? Because I'll tell you, for me, I'm surprised, especially with all those reports coming out and all those news stories coming out about athletes not adhering to the drug rules and regulations that the Olympics has.
Get banned from some sort of drug abuse or drug policy.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously they deserve to be banned from the Olympics. I mean,
but is it surprising that a whole team is banned? Because it's not just one athlete; it's literally the whole team of.
No, this makes sense. If New York all did ADH, that team. I mean, if I believe the commissioner of Major League Baseball is still Bob Manfred. I could be totally wrong on that. But if the Yankees are all doing steroids, they're all gone. See, canceled. Going back to 1994 when the World Series was canceled. Wolves canceled the Yankee season. This is the Olympics. This isn't Major League Baseball. This is the Olympics. Much bigger stage. And if you're going to do something like that, you deserve to be kicked.
It's not just dumb. I mean, I think their excuses are dumb. Eric, what do you think?
Oh, first of all, don't even get me started about the '94 World Series. The Expos have been the most cursed franchise in sports. Second of all, to me, the whole thing, joke, gag, whatever, is about Russian athletes. How they bribe their anti-doping agency to know when they get masking agents, all of these reports and things, and this convoluted relationship with WADA, RUSADA, the IOC, IAAF, of other acronyms and organizations. It had to get to a breaking point, and it finally got to a breaking point where someone blew the whistle, someone exposed the widespread use, male athletes, whatever. I honestly think the IOC going to London ultimately made the decision, as opposed to the previous Olympiad. They said, no, we can't let this go on any longer. I mean, the Olympics, for what it's worth, is a cash cow. NBC, to get the rights from now until 2032, it just dropped, I think, anywhere from $7, probably upwards of $20 billion in broadcasting contracts. These generate over $1 billion in revenue just for these commercials. So when you're talking these high stakes and all the national pride and the spirit of the Olympics, even going back to the first Olympics in Greece or the modern Olympics in 1896, blah, 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 and all the sappy stories, give clean and good business, something had to give. Now, me, I don't pay attention too much to track and field, aside from distance running and the women's high jump, but I get it. And me, good riddance.
Okay. To ban a whole track and team, like a whole team, it's not one athlete, and it's not one athlete here and there. It's a whole team, and it's coming from Russia. I feel like Russia has always had sort of, I guess, bad lighting, especially when it comes to drugs. Like,
of course.
Is their desire to win that strong, or their desire to show off is that strong that they are willing to do it?
Both. Why? I can even go back to when they hosted the Winter Olympics in Sochi. Everybody, even Putin himself, said, if we win the gold medal in men's hockey, no medals matter. If we don't win the gold medal in men's hockey, none of those other medals matter. Guess what? They didn't win gold. I don't even think their men's team medaled. But it's the fact that even going back to the Soviet Union, they've always wanted to be the biggest and the best, have the athlete, the best representation, to show that the U.S. and all these other countries are superpowers. I mean, even as somewhat of a semi-comical and fictional example, look at Ivan Drago in Rocky IV.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you all you need to know. That was legit, genuine mentality. Hashtag I agree with you.
No, but you know what? You're right. You are right. And I see Americans and other athletes just like looking at I can imagine what they're looking at and probably thinking, oh, no. Oh, no. I think the way that I would best describe it is when the men's U.S. soccer national team won against Argentina, and we're like, nope, we already know who's going to win that match. We already know who's going to win that match.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what's on between Russia and all the other teams that are in the Olympics, and to ban a whole team really looks bad. It really looks bad that you are willing to go so far, and look what happens. You get caught.
Well, it's part of the pervasive culture. They're hogging themselves. You can't win. They have to cheat in track field. And even their soccer fans are ridiculously violent. That's our. That they just randomly have excellent videos of road rage and car crashes, and they go around drinking vodka all day.
Sounds good.
Hashtag Sota Bayut.
Tequila and vodka. Sorry. So something very funny just came into my mind. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I guess we can establish Russians really will do anything to win.
Yep.
And I guess this it's not surprising. I think it's just and the whole team.
Well, and again,
we
Olympics, that committee got together with the IOC and they just said enough is enough. And at some point, you have to throw the hammer down. Teams have been banned before. Go back to the NCAA canceling MU's entire 1987 season. If the culture is so progressive or pervasive of cheating, that's how it is. And personally, some stories that I've been hearing about politics and stuff in Argentina, going kind of hitting the Wayback Machine a bit, maybe Messi's doing the right thing. Because if that gets exposed and the AFA gets shut down, well, so be it. But anyways, I digress.
Alright. Well, actually, I want to, Eric, because you and I were speaking about Brexit. Wonderful in leaving the European Union. Now, I just want to point out that after this vote happened, so many Google searches, apparently, the whole trend on the search what does it mean Britain was part of the European Union? What happens if British leave the European Union? And obviously we've seen a lot of effects. We've seen a lot of consequences of this. We've seen that the Prime Minister, or ex-Prime Minister, I believe his name is David Cameron, he was dying. We see the Labour Party struggling because now they're to fix, I guess you could say, the nationalistic pride in their choice of leaving the Union. So, I say there's a lot of nationalism. I say...
Oh, yes, but it's not just because the Conservative Party, who has I don't know if it's either a minority or a majority government, but they had the most seats in Parliament. They wanted Dick Cameron's head. He realized he took a big game on the referendum for Scottish independence. Well, on that second, he won that game. They decided to stay, mostly because of their relationship with the EU. So back in 2013, he saw the United Kingdom Independence Party, the UKIPers, and their leader, Nigel Farage, gather up his group of right-wing nationalists who wanted to keep Britain for the British and say, you know what? We need to be able to control borders and close them off. We need to get out of the EU. So that was all back and forth, and Cameron finally said, fine, I'm to the people. There go. Enter out. Plain and simple. He encouraged it, and the Labour Party, because the UKIP is only the third party in the British government, Labour Party didn't step in to try to talk them in his senses, so this was the Labour Party, their leader out just as bad. He's just going to try to accepting his fate. He's like, you know what? I've tried. I gambled. I lost. I'm gone. 3 months, October. Y'all have someone else to deal with this. Good luck to you.
I really... This is a little bit... I kind of feel like this is like a situation of we told you so. Or...
Yeah. A lot of it is, and there's a lot of parallels, a lot of not so much nationalist pride, but hatred towards others that's kind of going on here with Donald Trump.
I'm honest. that Donald Trump is going to be a good president. I think if you give him a chance, he might. If you kind of keep him in line and he understands that there's a certain etiquette. Not to say that he should become a full-on lying politician, but I think
he's already lying and corrupt right now. So what would change with that? With Saki, you gotta understand, the man's 70. He's a businessman. What you see is what you're gonna get. And honestly, with the way that he was gushing on about the Brexit and his business implications, if he could pick someone else to run for president for him and he goes back to the boardroom, he would. Well, that's beside the point. With what led to Brexit, the UKIP and a few other prominent members, including former London Mayor Boris Johnson, who's actually in line to be candidates for prime minister now, they all got together and saying, oh, well, economically, this is a bad idea. Economically, the EU isn't helping us, and all this, that, yada, 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 yada.
Mm-hmm. Is it, your opinion, is it economically bad?
No, it's economically bad if they were. The pro-leave campaign put out ad on a bus saying, we send the EU £350 million a week. Let's fund our National Health Service instead. Number one, that number was grossly inaccurate. As the EU gave gave the UK so many rebates because of their trade deals, that number was actually £190 million a week. Now, taking the 350 now that they've left, they could potentially lose their access to the European Common Market, losing free movement of trade or labor, meaning that not only would all the EU members or citizens of EU member nations working in Britain have to go home, but all of the British citizens working in EU member nations abroad would have to return to Britain. So they have to renegotiate those deals, potentially get themselves off from that, send those off things like intelligence sharing with the EU and that division, and take that $350 million, of the legit $350 million, and spend that on themselves. With the crash of the pound, and that they are so isolated because they're a group of islands, having that trade with places like the U.S., with the European bloc, with all these other countries that want to step in, like of all places, Russia, getting what they need is incredibly difficult. And they don't execute right deals and they follow this quote-unquote national pride, that becomes impossible. Then what are you going to do?
Because I'm seeing that most of the people that have voted to leave are, I think the statistics was 60 and over. Do you think that the younger generation had no factor in trying to keep the British from leaving? Like, do you think that the number of people leaving, voting for Britain to leave, was mostly the younger generation, and that they kind of did a guesswork? Or do you think that when voted to leave, they just thought, oh, it's Britain, we're British, not European, so there you go?
Well, yes and no. I go back to the similar situation in early June of '75, where the UK had a referendum to leave what was then just the European Common Market before it officially became the European Union. Back then, there was all kinds of contentious ties with keeping Britain British, although not nearly to that extent. They voted back then today. So I think the older generation kind of remembers that, and they wanted to stay. And the younger generation itself, this is the life that they've known. They've known nothing but the EU. So they voted to stay. But it's not so much an older situation. Break it down by country. The majority of England voted to leave, especially on the eastern coast, which is the home of the UK. They're where your hardline radicals are. But London itself voted to remain. Keep that in mind. Being an international city, a lot of commerce, a lot of trade, they essentially knew better.
Of course. I mean, if it's a huge economic asset, and of course they're going to want to keep with the European Union because, well, as you say, business knows a lot. Like, the way that I see it is, and this is why I chose to be a libertarian, is that businesses know what they don't really need government to tell them what they're doing. You want to be making money? Well, just do what we know best to do: make money. This is what we specialize in. This is how we become so big, and just that's one of the strongest opinions, strongest things support for the Libertarian Party is that there should be so much government, and it just makes sense that cities that are bringing money in not want European Union. Last question is this: do you think now European Union, do you think now there's going to be more business or more trading with NATO, with the United States? Like, is the United States anything beneficial here?
Yes and no, because I'm right now, the United Kingdom as we know it will be no more. Northern Ireland, they voted heavily to remain. So you could talk about the first time in a generations, Irish unification. Scotland, where Donald Trump was, they voted nearly 2-1 to remain. And they are in the process of independence again, so they can remain in the European Union. Because Scotland and Northern Ireland, two of the British nations that received the most assistance. Scotland was getting a lot of help with the EU in terms of infrastructure, in terms of technology and their developments. So, to your extent about libertarian business, while I disagree with aspects, that's true. They know where the money is, and they know where they're going to go. So I think everything is going to be handled separately. And President Obama even said in a speech, we now have to negotiate these deals with 27 other member nations of the EU. Despite the fact that now there's calls French nationalists, when France said referendum to be out, referendum. Sweden was looking towards a referendum. The Netherlands is looking as a referendum. So all of these are going to be combined. Then he said for Britain, get in the back of the line. They have to negotiate now separately.
But wait, Eric, these are countries that are pretty much economically alive because of the European Union.
Yes. In some cases, especially in France, knows because they Germany are the economic driver of the European Union. But you have all of these right-wingers saying, hey, they did it, we want to do it. And that's going to lead to EU to have a very harsh example to England and Wales because, guess what? England has had a contentious relationship with the EU for more than 40 years. They were looking for an excuse for Britain to be gone. They just gave it to them. There's been talks of expedited paperwork where instead of a 2-year process, it would be a year. And there's even talks of having a complete cutoff, not just from the EU and all the policies, but from the European common market itself, which would really screw them over. Other than they want to do this so that way other countries decide we want out too, especially a country that nobody's talking about, Greece, had an unhealthy relationship with the EU because bailouts and austerity measures, and their economy is going to crap. They've already hinted at, instead of using the euro as a primary currency, they want to go back to using the drachma.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say they don't have a referendum for independence? And all of a sudden, you're talking about the perils of creating a United States of Europe to the perils of destabilization, something that you haven't seen since the early days post-World War II. This is a very tight rope that all of these countries are going to be walking for the next 2 to 3 years. And there's way too many people willing to come along with a pair of scissors.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, Britain. Britain.
This is what happens when you let whack do your thinking for you.
Yeah. Steven, do you have anything to add about this?
Yeah, there's a quote, not a quote, it's an expression, sort of. Then this kind of relates to the Russian track and field team that got kicked out of the Olympics for doing drugs. Mm-hmm. You dug, I must lay in it. So that all the time. You dug this hole, you must lay in it. Mm-hmm. And that's why the Russian track and field team is not going to Rio this year.
There was some. I actually want to take a moment, and I actually want to talk about everybody's week. So we're going to start with Steven. How was your week?
Wait, start with me?
No, start with Steven. How was your week, Steven?
Our week?
Yes.
I got a better idea. How about we do this when we come back from commercial?
Wait, hang on. Now I gotta find the commercial. Wait.
We're not going commercial. We have 36 minutes left.
I know, but wait, I gotta find the commercial.
Okay. Well, when we come back, hopefully that's a week. I'm tired as all hell tonight. We will be talking about our week. I can only imagine what Eric's week is like.
Oh, boy. Yeah, deal with the drunk TV.
Drunken TV.
Oh, God.
Yes.
All right. Tell us when we come back. You are listening to SCU and Saki.
Hi guys, this is Dylan the Kid Goldman. I am the host of One on One with Clint Starling, which airs every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen in live as we discuss all the latest hot topics in the sports world, only on Real Talk Miami Radio.
Hey everyone, this is Bobby Melendez, and I am one of the hosts of Real Talk Miami Live with Alex Atiachiska. Listen in every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, as I outsmart Alex in sports and life knowledge. Only on Real Talk Miami Radio.
What's going on out there, sports fans? It's your boy Mike Knox, and indeed, I spell my name with 3 X's, because like the SCU and Saki show, I am hardcore. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Mike Knox, and make sure you tuned in every single day to the Soul and Sports on Fox Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Hello, it's me. No, it's not Adele. It's Alex Atiachiska. I'm half of the dynamic duo of Real Talk Miami Live with Bobby Melendez. I'm the Cuban guy with a Middle Eastern last name. Bobby's a gringo with a Hispanic last name. And we don't really like each other. Listen in every Wednesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Only on Real Talk Miami Radio.
This is Tyler Spence, host of Sports Midweek Madness on the ATG Radio Network on blogtalkradio.com. You can catch me and my co-host Brad Miller every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern to break down the latest in sports. We cover it all from the NFL to the NBA to the MLB to the NHL and everything with college sports. You can go ahead and give us a call anytime and ask us any question you want on the air. Once again, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern.
High school sports and hip-hop, we must be talking about the Ricardo Report at Fox Sports, 1340 AM. We are the official voice of high school sports in the DMV. Every week we have the top interviews, cover the best games, and highlight some of the greatest athletes in the nation. I'm talking about Savages. Can't nobody else say that, man. Miss Monet Anderson gives you the dish on everything you need to know. Josh JVE Laurie is our official University of Maryland aficionado, and nobody covers the streets like our main man D. I'm talking about WCAC insider Darrell Balknight. As for me, I think they just keep me around because my voice sounds cool. Check out our podcast every Thursday at Fox Sports 1340 AM, foxsports1340am.com, and of course, follow it all on Twitter at Ricardo Report to hear what you may have missed. Thank you all for being who you are, because without you, we would be nothing. The Ricardo Report at Fox Sports 1340 AM. I'm your host, Chad Ricardo, and I approve this message.
Our producers want us to do a commercial. What the hell are you singing, man? What are you singing? Well, do it. So here we go. You know what happens every Monday, right? No? Oh, well, if you don't, you better tune in to Final Say every Monday from 10 to 11 with Lexi, myself, Ralph, and Willie on Real Talk Miami Radio. Drop everything else. Set your calendar, your daily planner, alarms, and even your life alert if you have one. Tune in.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah. Clearly we're having technical difficulties. And they're blaming it on me, which is a shocker.
I'm just saying, all I hear is a bad connection. I don't know if the audience can hear it or not.
It'd be, I was hearing you okay, but then all of a sudden it was like horrible.
That's what I hear.
I mean, I don't think they hear it, because I'm hearing you fine, so...
Okay, well, as long as the audience doesn't hear it, then we're good to go here. I can hear you guys.
Yeah.
So, picked up the drum TV this week?
Yes. Okay. This was my birthday this past Thursday. And thank you. With all of the craziness that's been happening, I had the day off. I had my tequila. I've been experimenting with my tequila. It was delicious, and I'm thinking, this is just fine. I watched some good soccer from the Euros. Didn't have to deal with anything major. Then all of a sudden, this was about 11:05 that night. I figure, well, I've gone through today, despite all the news with Brexit, with very little craziness. So I sit down and I queue up for my DVR the episode of Hotel Hell that I missed. Sit back, I'm ready to go, and then all of a sudden I hear this come from the TV. Morgan walks on a bridge. And I'm thinking, where did it come from? So the episode goes on, I start hearing more often. Wind flows across a hill. A duck goes under the water as the sun sets on. I'm thinking, why is my TV describing all of this? So I change it to another channel, and do it. So I just go back to that episode, and there it goes again. I get the same episode from my mom's TV. Nothing. So I figure something was wrong with the audio track. It's probably something I can just go ahead and ignore. So I sit through it, and it goes on, repeatedly describing every moment where there's no dialogue, almost like it's a blind person watching TV so they could follow along the entire episode. I had to wind up deleting the episode after a while. Everything else is fine. So my mom comes into the den, and she was watching The Green Mile on TNT. So I flip over to that channel. Same thing is happening. Describing all the scenes where Mr. Jingles pops up. They describe the execution, all this and that. And I'm thinking, okay, something's up with this. Why is it happening again? My mom hears it too. No, I'm not crazy. It's good. This is the fact that I was sober, so I couldn't have any sort of substance to blame it on. So then I go back, get something else off of DVR, an old episode of SportsCenter. Nothing happens. I finish watching that episode of SportsCenter. I go back to TNT. They're in an episode of CSI Network. Everything was okay, but everything is now has Spanish audio dubbed all over it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm pretty much done.
For tonight?
So I switch over to another channel. Nothing happens. Everything's back to normal. Everything stays that way up until last night. When I was watching Houdini and Doyle, lo and behold, a woman's voice comes, describing all this manner and this bloody murder scene and this and that, and I'm automatically thinking, well, I let out a couple of 4 and 5 letter words, thinking it's happening again. So yeah, I'm pretty sure my TV's found a way to get. Other than that, not really an eventful week.
Steven, how about and don't tell me that this connection thing is messing us up. I think it's him. I'm saying it right now. It's him. It's him.
Uh-oh.
No, don't tell me we lost him.
Yeah.
It's him, because the thing is, my connection's fine. And he has a question, he has like an explanation point on him. It's because you can hear me.
It can't be me.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But that's you guys sound all messed up too, so.
I don't know, she did make a compelling argument with the explanation point.
See, I know what I'm talking about.
I don't see anything. But anyway. I'm tired. I work all week. Monday was off of it. I'm doing something Monday. So no rest for me. By the way, I've officially we're inside the arena at work. We will have our first card go up on Thursday. So I'm very excited about that too.
Yeah.
Holla, a lot more of me and my losing. Especially the article for the Sharks Tigers, which oh god.
Wait for that. Can't wait to. Alright, Saki, go ahead.
Well, I filmed this tournament.
What? Here to tell us why.
It was numbers. Okay, there's 50 questions on the test. Let's start off with that. 50 questions on the test. And I'm saying, okay, well, I think I can do 50 questions. Like honestly, how bad can it be? It's just common sense, right? And as a woman, women have good common sense. They're more common sense than men. So, this all goes.
And why are all the knocks about women drivers? But hey, continue.
Well, so I go into the test, and I'm like, all right, I got this. I got first 5 questions right, then I got 1 wrong. I realized, well, okay, that makes sense. It was like word questions. It's like, okay, it's not too bad. Then I saw a question with numbers. With numbers. The question was, how many miles do you need to be to start braking a car? And I remember there was 3 sets of numbers. I could not remember the 3 sets of numbers.
What is it with you and numbers? Numbers are fun. Numbers are easy.
To you, not to me, not to me. Not to me, okay? It goes back to the conversation before we started. It's not surprising that you were a Jewish accountant when you were in your past life. It's not surprising. It's not, okay? It's just not. For me, however, I was a gypsy in my past life, and I don't do numbers, right? Entertain.
Yeah, but think about it. You still, technically, gypsies didn't pay taxes, so I can see the argument. But it's not my fault that I'm good with numbers and can decipher key bits and pieces of the tax code. This is how I operate. Like I say, if you're having trouble with some number related, like I did tried to explain to you in prior conversations for the last 2 shows, I break it down as simple as I can.
No, you don't. No.
Do you have any idea how quickly I use my, 5-6 plus year experience as a math tutor to say, okay, these are what these numbers mean. This is how you convert these numbers into this. That's how I know about rates and how doors get into U-Haul trucks.
Oh, that was another thing. Okay, so I don't have a door right now. let me start from the very beginning. So my grandfather wanted a door, right? Wants a brand new door. He's like, I need a door, and just get me a door. And I'm like, okay, fine. We'll go to Home Depot. You know, that's you would think that's where they would have all the doors. No, they had a 30 by 80 door. They had a 36 by 80 door. They had a 26 by 80 door, and my door, 24 by 80 door. But that's not the thing. I had a door at that point. I was okay. And my grandmother wanted to buy 2 new doors. So I was like, okay, well, we get the 30 by 80, thinking that would be okay, that it would fit. They didn't fit. Apparently, this house, when it was built in 1990-something, the standard issue was a 34 by 80 door. Apparently, neither Home Depot or Lowe's has a 34 by 80 door. So this is to Home Depot and Lowe's. Why don't you have a 34 by 80 door?
Because 34 by 80 doors aren't common sizes. I mean, that's just like I need an 18 by 80 door for the pantry and the kitchen.
Look. You are supposed to have doors.
Well, that's why you order from. That's why you place custom orders from
No. Not online to have them, Eric. Not even online. And then, so I'm like, okay, well, fine. We'll replace the door. We go online. There's a 34 by 80 door in this other place, but it was $300 to get a door that was actually $48 each. So we're spending much as what we for the shipping and just for the doors. And so then my grandpa was like, well, let's get the door custom made to my grandmother, because he wants his door and he wants my grandmother's door. But my grandmother's like, okay, what door do you want? Where are we going to get the door? She's like, they can replicate the door. And I'm just like, but you can't measure it? Hey, listen, it's just 34 by 80, get me a door? I mean, my door wasn't even like anything special or anything like that. It's just a door. It was literally a block of wood with a door handle.
With socks, you understand, doors in a house can match. Trust me, I went through that experience.
Okay, but my door is not necessarily, it's literally all white wood and go. That's it. We're not looking for anything special. We're not looking for anything Renaissance. We're not looking for anything. So my grandma's like, no, I need to take off your door. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Just go ahead, take the door. This was 3 days ago. We still don't have a door. And supposedly we're going to get the door. And I don't have a door.
Yeah, all I'm going to say, if I live without a door, I can see the frustrations. Because, yeah, they're the problem.
Well, and then last story of the week. So, cleaning up my room because my grandmother put the room storage place, and there was a bunch of stuff. Not to mention that I had a couple with some dead cockroaches that were living under the storage stuff. So, screaming all over the place. I have a friend, a close family friend. He comes over, my grandmother and him will do some stuff. They have some fun with a little bit of puff. I'm trying to clean up. And the only one that's not sober, or sorry, that is sober, and the only one that's trying to get things done, because I have other stuff done. And I go to the room because my grandmother wants to place shelves. So then
Wait a minute. Right there. Did you really just describing it as having fun with the puff?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to use the phrase.
Yes, I compared to using the...
I... yeah, no, I know, but yeah, I'm 420 friendly. I get it, but
Okay, well, that's not... This was in the grandmother...
Yeah, the point is, I'm going to teach you some better code.
Well, grandmother wanted to put shelves. I'm not a candy person. But again, I have common sense. So the close family friend grabs the drill and he puts the screw into the shelf or whatever. Because one of those shelves that you can just screw it and then put it. Not to be made. And then I'm like working, right? I'm writing my story, whatever. And I call into the room. They just finished smoking puff. And I go in and we can't figure out why this can't go in. Like the screw can't go in the hole. Looking at it, and I'm like, it could not be that hard. So we put it in, we try to figure it out. He goes downstairs and helps someone else. We try to figure it out. And I'm like, I look at him and I'm just like, listen, you have to just put it in through the plastic thing because there's a plastic in the screw, so just put it in. And so I'm putting it in, and I'm like, okay, we know it goes in there, but how do we get it to go all the way through? And then I'm like thinking, OMG, I said this when I was in stage production and I was doing stage management. Lefty, ready, ready. I look at the screw and I'm like, okay, so the drill is going loose. That means it's making the screw loose. So I get the drill and I put it in and I literally turn it to the opposite so that it goes in right, like ready to. And I put the screw and I get it in. Literally get it into the whole thing and we're trying to log. My grandmother's like, how do you? I'm like, see, Lucy, ready, tidy. She's like, what the hell are you talking about? What is right idea? It must be Lucy. I'm like, left means that you're loosening the thing, right? You're tightening it. And she's like, I didn't know. And I'm like, that's because puff. And then the guy comes up and he's like, how did you do that? You're so smart. Like, I'm the only one sober. And it's just Lefty Lucy, righty tighty. That is my week.
That's one hell of a week right there.
That is my...
Yeah, that beats drunken TV.
That is my week. That is my week. Every week. Just so you guys know. That is my week.
You live an exciting life, that's for sure.
I know I do. I know I do. I know I wish I could.
So, Saki's dealing with doors and the puff. Eric's TV talking back
in multiple different languages, but it's not supposed to.
I'm just working. So I wonder who has the most exciting week out of all of us.
I think we should put a poll. And I just want to say that I actually got a job at Subway, and I'm so happy because it's a job, and I can breathe. And I'll be like, yes. And nobody needs to bother me anymore. Like, I can finally breathe. Because it really sucks being a job. Don't be employment numbers, please. Like, really, just don't. Just don't.
If you can help it.
I know, but, like, just don't. Like, save yourself the trouble. Like, if you feel like you need to quit a job, don't quit a job. Just stay there until you find a job, because really...
Oh, boy, I have to say that to myself every single day.
See, I'm giving good life advice to our listeners. They should be happy.
No, what's better advice is, if you could deal with the pop at work, well then...
Oh, and then there's another thing. Because I found in my room professional naked pictures of my uncle.
Okay, I've heard about things about mom did that back in the day, but there's thankfully no visual evidence.
Oh no, there was visual evidence. There was just... It wasn't pretty. I mean, the photos were really well done, though. Like professional camera right there. But...
Well, I mean... I will use this to segue of what I was going to talk about. David Data. I don't know.
I beat it. I guess I beat it. Like,
well, I mean, and the discovery, yes. I mean, as a quick little mention, David De Gea, keeper for the Spanish national team, lost to Italy in the round of 16. He was embroiled in a big scandal involving prostitution and videotape and him and one or two of his friends, etc. I
life is full of experience. And then when my grandma is talking to my uncle on FaceTime, right? She's telling him what she found. And the thing is, he has his wife on the phone. The wife is not the same girl in the picture.
Oh, Jesus.
So he...
This is just like they here. They have something in common.
So my uncle's trying to tell him, listen, shut up. She's on the... Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Nope. She kept talking. Let's say that was a miserable night for him.
Well, that's the thing. Parents don't always get the hint. I had to deal with that before. I created some uncomfortable conversations. My mom has discovered other things about me, my habits that she now wishes she didn't know. But sometimes they just open doors.
What is your embarrassing moment, Steve? Or do you know someone who had an embarrassing moment with their mom?
Nothing like that. Not that I can think of, at least.
Mm-hmm.
At least you don't have your mother explaining random habits of yours to the guy that comes to sell you a new security system.
Oh, damn.
That's so terrible. It's just so terrible.
Right?
Why would your mom do that?
Well, because she likes to talk and she likes to be friendly, and I know she didn't, bless her heart, but I had told her plans that I would have for one of the rooms in the house for her as her dolls.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Saki, you know, and yeah, she told these plans to the security guy.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, he turned around and he snuck and gave me a thumbs up behind his back. Oh,
he acknowledged it on top of everything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was okay for me, but I was like, really? We could have skipped that part. For mass consumption.
Oh, shit. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Why do parents, you know what, they say that you embarrass yourself, but parents embarrass on purpose sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, and I have some potentially embarrassing stories involving, redfish. Stop and things like that. But that's something I get into on my own. Yeah.
Do I know the story of? Oh no, I think he told me the story. I think he told me the story. Remember, this had to involve something with anime, right?
Yes.
Yes, I remember that. By the way, happy birthday, Markiplier! I know you'll probably never listen to us, but, still, happy birthday. Hey, look.
If you did listen to this, I should hope it sounds good. Because, like we said, the three of us, we're getting that connection with each other.
Tell people that, though!
Didn't we already before?
No.
Patty, the fourth wall.
Oh, did we? Did we?
Yeah, we did. We brought forward all the interviewers in their series finale.
I don't remember anything.
I remember.
I think there's just stuff going on.
Hey, I haven't had any in about a month, so don't do that.
Andrew, Jesus Christ. And we're not even on it, which is the bad part. I didn't taste or have done drugs ever in my life.
Good. Don't.
Okay. I can't entirely say don't. Just exercise caution and responsibility. And be very careful when you're doing it around your friends, because if you don't know your limits and you have an empty stomach, you're going to do some things that they're going to remind you of for the rest of your life.
I guess this is life experience one.
Yeah. Same convention as the Red Sox 9 years ago, and I still haven't lived it down.
Well, I think we're nearing our time to end, aren't we? I really hope not, because I'm really not done yet with this time.
Well, we got
about 6 minutes left.
Nobody talks to me in 6 minutes. Talk about something else. I'm going to finish this in 6 minutes.
Well, I mean, there's the whole thing. We had the unfortunate passing of longtime Tennessee Lady Volunteers head coach Pat Summitt, and defensive guru was assistant, and the Eagles coach Billy Bryan. They both passed away this morning. Summitt was health after diagnosis of Alzheimer's, and I didn't even see the cause of death with Buddy Ryan, at 82. That was sudden news, so...
Yeah, that was very sudden this morning. I was at work, and I got a message from my groups that I wrote, the first set that I wrote for. And they were like, oh, pass him a pat. And the next thing I know, Buddy Ryan just passed. I was like, oh, dang. Someone dying today. Like, come on.
I know, it was very tragic.
And then there was a former half-hour running back. I have no idea. I have to look at it. He accidentally shot himself.
What?
Like, he had a gun in his car, and he was putting his car, and the gun shot him right in the stomach.
Oh, man.
And that was the end. Like, oh my God, what the heck?
Oh, wow.
I believe I can finish this.
If we were time, I was so going to, because I never talked about the rest of the Euro tournament and the violence that ended into injuries, deportations, bans, and all kinds of arrests, and Russian soccer nearly getting disqualified. Then there was the award, and then my take on what's going to happen with Las Vegas.
That's what I wanted to talk about. And for 4 minutes, I will talk about it. Listen. Flags can celebrate culture and its variety. And this is why awards we come to acknowledge that. However, I do not agree with a set of awards just specific for one set of minority or one set of, I want to say, racial group. If I'm using the word correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm not,
it sounds like you are.
That I'm using it right or wrong?
Right.
Okay, good. I do not watch the BET Awards because of one reason. And the reason was that they are doing that show for the wrong reasons, and that the goal that it's supposed to strive for is not being accomplished. And this is just proven by Jesse Williams' speech on that the goal of not being of trying to strive for equality should not be limited to one group. It should be limited to all groups. I had a very big problem with the speech, and I also had a very big problem with it. Criticized Justin Timberlake because he said something that he really meant no harm at all. Okay, and if it's just because they say, "Oh, Justin Timberlake's white, so isn't allowed to say that," that's actually very. You're doing the same thing that people who are trying to oppress are doing to that group. And I think that instead of it being just targeted for one ethnic or racial group, it's being everybody, every minority. Yeah.
I'm inclined to agree, and more because, honestly, it's less award shows I would have to do. I'm never a fan of award shows. I think a lot of this is too much focus on a lot of things that I get it for their careers and stuff, but to a normal person, it's no big deal. I like it, but other people like it, so be it. But and another thing I really didn't mention beforehand, this is true. You have the BET Awards, and you even have the Latin Grammys. Well, instead of having these separate Grammys and all these separate things like this, why don't you have more infusion into the awards that there are? You know, instead of the Latin Grammys, make it a part of the Grammys. Make it even a bigger and probably better spectacle. Instead of all of this, let me rephrase. I get why a lot of these minority awards would be necessary, especially with culture, not much with the Grammys, but primarily with the Oscars and the last years, but it's something that it can be fixed. It can't be easy to fix, but it can be fixed. Say that.
All right. Now that we got that off the table, we'll probably go into more discussion later on. We're going to actually start our sign out. I'm going to start first. Ladies first. My name is Saki, everyone. You guys can follow me at Sakura_Steph309. Be sure to check out my Twitter and my YouTube at Sakura. I'm always posting different horror video games and different horror let's plays. Be sure to check out the Patreon account. Like I said at the beginning of the show, you put a donation in and you get to actually request any drawing you want. I'll draw it on the live stream.
I'm Messi. Follow me on Twitter. Follow my private Twitter and follow this Epsi call. It's not SCU and Saki. Follow my project at Inside_Arena. We have our website launching Thursday. We have our first launching in a couple weeks, so we're very excited for that. Follow us at the Football 5. And yeah, give us follows and check your nice Saki. Go ahead.
I am the Squid. Follow me at Squid Sportshead. I'll also be joining SCU already as a contributor inside the arena. Hope to be joining him on the Fall 5. So be prepared to hear a lot of me over the next weeks and months. I'm looking forward to it. I'm already calling it for next week. Start off with the Euros and Vegas.
Cool. Okay, guys. So, I'm Saki. They're SCU and Squiddy. See you next week.
Yeah, we out of here.
Do your homework and don't forget to be awesome.